I'm Nigel B. Murray, an entrepreneur, content creator, and just a young guy figuring it out 1 week at a time. This journey isn't always glamorous, but it's mine. Some days I'm on set creating, other days I'm in meetings, editing late, or trying to squeeze in a workout and call my mom back. But every week, I'm learning how to balance building a business, showing up for myself, and staying grounded through it all. So, if you're also chasing something, your dream, your purpose, your peace, you're in the right place. Welcome to A Week in My Life. Good morning, chat. Good morning, chat. Good morning, chat. Yo, first thing in the morning, getting the day started a little bit. My house is a complete disaster right now. I will not lie to you, which is something that I need to handle today. But before we hop into the day, you already know what type of time we on. Gotta spend some time with God, do a quick devotional. Y'all already know I read this book every single morning. It's called Jesus is Calling or Jesus Calling. The link to it will be in the description if you want to get the same one as me. But these are great little quick devotionals just to help you start your day, especially for those of you who might not necessarily know how to just read the Bible freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of more guided. But today's devotional says, "You are mine. You are mine for all time. Nothing can separate you from my love. Since I have invested my very life in you, be well assured that I will also take care of you. When your mind goes into neutral and your thoughts flow freely, you tend to feel anxious and alone. Your focus becomes problem solving. To get your mind back into gear, just turn towards me, bringing yourself and your problems into my presence. Many problems vanish instantly in the light of my love because you realize you are never alone. Other problems may remain, but they become secondary to knowing me and rejoicing in the relationship I so freely offer you. Each moment you can choose to practice my presence or to practice the presence of problems." Come on now, that's real game. That is honestly true. Like, a lot of times when things are going wrong or things are going bad per se, a lot of times we could try and get in our problem solving bag of like, we're trying to solve this problem. We're trying to see how we can fix it. But God is saying, like, that is secondary. When things go wrong, when things are happening that you might not necessarily, want it to happen, or, bad things that are just not aligned with what you thought was going to happen, instead of turning towards the problem and trying to fix it, turn towards God, and He's going to take care of the rest. And I think that's a very, very important reason of why we should all have a relationship with God, is because He knows, right? I've said this before. He knows the problems that we're going to face, right? He knows the solution to these problems. He is all knowing. He knows everything about us. He knows everything in the past and everything to come. So why would we try and freestyle and do all of this stuff on our own, right? It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But yeah, quick, cool little devotional for the day. Today is definitely a pretty productive day, I would say. My house is a mess. I got a ton of meetings and a ton of work to do on my computer. So I'm probably really not going to leave the crib too many times a day. Maybe to go get me some food, and shoot, I might even Uber Eats that bad boy. So without further ado, let's get into it, man.
Legacy approved. I had a vision before them folks had a clue. Thank God I still had ability.
All right, so this is kind of ironic, but I'm recording a YouTube video while I'm also about to post a YouTube video. I know, well, probably by the time you watching this video, you probably seen that I've been a lot more consistent on YouTube. Because I know I already probably posted at least once or twice, but right now I'm creating a thumbnail for this YouTube video before I drop it, and that's kind of like one of the hardest parts, because I low-key gotta like watch the whole video over again to see what part of the YouTube video I want to be the thumbnail. So y'all, all of y'all that's on social media, your thumbnail is very, very important. That is essentially what the first thing somebody's gonna see on your video before they decide if they want to click on it or not. So if you have a boring thumbnail, nobody's gonna click on it. If you have a dope thumbnail, you're gonna get some clicks. You want to make sure you got a good thumbnail, always. So right now I'm preparing for a call that I have here in about an hour for my business, a potential lead that we might be working with them. So I'm just kind of like creating a slide deck to make sure I got all my information handled. Pro tip: entrepreneurs, business owners, content creators, whoever you are, before you walk into any type of meeting, any type of, opportunity, make sure that you got all your ducks in a row. Make sure all your I's is dotted, your T's is crossed, because the worst thing you can do is walk into a situation and somebody asks you a question that you did not prepare for. And now you're sitting there looking unprepared and don't know what you're talking about. So I like to make sure that every single thing is aligned, have everything to be visually seen so that the client knows, the client feels comfortable and knows exactly what's going on. So almost done with that. Got a meeting at 11. Then I got another meeting at 12:45 with, well, I don't know if I can tell you who that meeting is with, but I got another meeting at 12:45, another meeting at 4 o'clock, and then another meeting at 5 o'clock. Still got to hit the gym. So yeah, we ripping and running all day today. But yeah, let me lock in and finish this.
Yeah, that's an easy way for people to just stay, in the know with your content. But also, if I were to favorite any of these items from this post.
Wait. So 10, 11, 12, as long as I'm out there about 12:30.
Okay, what about tomorrow at 1 o'clock sound good? All right, man, for all of y'all that's young, motivated individuals that's on the grind, Chipotle is one of the best grinder meals out there, man. Like, you can eat Chipotle, it's cheap, it's good, it's somewhat healthy, it's very quick. Chipotle is my go-to. I don't know if y'all ever have had this vinaigrette sauce. Try it next time. It's amazing. Another thing I've been kind of recently doing is, instead of, like, with me being home so much, instead of me constantly, eating food at my desk or in my room, I try and eat outside of my home or go out, and get some fresh air. Just to change the scenery up, you know what I mean? Keep the productivity fresh. Homie would have took this back to the crib and ate it at my desk, but getting some fresh air. It's a nice day out, so we vibing.
Let's go, man.
It's good, man. What about you, bro? And what's crazy is if you think that's good, wait till you see the next video, because that weekend of life video,
You can test it out or have one of like that's different for you.
I can't because, and the reason why is because every time I'm scrolling on YouTube,
Like the offers.
yeah, because what I had to do was, because I used to do this like back in college, but I kind of stopped. Offer being, hey, can I create some social media content for you for X amount of dollars a month? Now I'm positioning it and it's allowing you to save time.
Not too old to adjust, old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup, something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, move G, anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword, swinging.
Good morning. To start the morning out, we got some fruit. You know what I mean? Shout out to my TT Kendall. She made this little fruit bowl for me. But today, another day with a lot of meetings. I got a meeting in an hour with my manager because this weekend, I got a very, very busy weekend. I have to go back to LA for some stuff. I got a meeting at 1 with a client of mine. And then I have another meeting at 4:30 with a potential client. So today is one of those logical days where I'm not being creative. I'm doing more of like, actual non-creative tasks, if that makes sense. But yeah, another thing too is I've been sticking to the same morning routine for like the last, maybe like 2-3 weeks, and I feel so much better. I'm not gonna lie, lately I was struggling with waking up early in the morning. I don't know why I was super tired, but I think it was because I was going to bed at different times of the night. Sometimes I was going to bed at 2 in the morning. Sometimes I was going to bed at 11. Sometimes 12. And I think that was just throwing me off. But now I pretty much am going to bed at about 11 o'clock at night, every single night. And it makes it a lot easier as well. Also, another tip that you should start doing is, when I used to wake up in the morning, I used to immediately check my phone, go through my, Instagram notifications, responding back to people. I do not do that anymore. The first thing I do is I get up, I do my morning routine, I come, I do my devotional, I pray, and then that's when I decide to pick up my phone. And a lot of times, honestly, I don't even sleep with my phone in my room just so I don't even get the temptation to go on my phone before I handle my business. You know what I mean? And even that, I feel a lot better. If you immediately wake up, go on social media, it's almost like you just start chipping away and draining yourself. So give that a try. I think you'll benefit from it. But I'm about to try and get one of these videos edited really quick before my meeting with my manager. And then, yeah, we're going to hop into the day.
What's up, dear? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Looking whatever it is. Focus on most like this one since you were going on this one. You might have to. I don't think you have to be that all weekend, but you do have to be there. And then for other brands, I've been talking to this brand called.
Oh man, all right. So it is currently 12 a.m. right now, and I just realized. Well, I technically didn't just realize it, but there were some complications negotiating with some contracts, and I actually have to go to Coachella this weekend. I was supposed to be there tomorrow, but unfortunately, due to the high demand of hotel rooms, I was unable to find one. I was thinking about possibly sleeping in my car, but I just can't bring myself to do it. So instead of going to Coachella tomorrow, which is Friday, Coachella is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm just going to go on Saturday. Immediately after Travis Scott's set, I'm going to drive to LA, stay there Sunday, stay overnight, and then leave Monday. This is crazy. I'm literally coming up with this plan right now on my computer. But, I mean, this is one of those moments where it's like, bro, I honestly really don't feel like doing any of this, but you know, this is what I pray for. And you know, sometimes you just gotta get it done. So I'm gonna catch some Z's, so tomorrow I can kind of prepare myself to be out of town for the next few days. And yeah, we're gonna get to it, man. But your boy's tired. I really don't feel like doing all this traveling. I literally just came back from LA like 3-4 days ago. But, you know, we got to get to it, man. So, more wins. This whole, like, being a content creator thing, a lot of times it's easy to be lazy. It's easy to become complacent. It's easy to, you know, when you are completely in control of your day, you know, if you're not in the right state of mind, you can often not get a lot of things done. You can end up not being very productive. So what I do to make sure that I am still as productive as I need to be and handle all the business I need to handle is I actually treat my work, my content creation, my different business endeavors that I have like a 9-to-5 job. So I wake up normally at like in between 6 and 7 a.m., do my morning routine, do my devotion, all of that. And I don't start work until 9 o'clock, right? That's when like the average person at their 9 to 5 starts working. And I literally work from about 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I do this just to make sure that I'm maximizing my full entire days. And that's the minimum amount I'll work, right? So at the low end, I'm working a minimum of 8 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Somebody calls me and says, hey bro, we finna go hang out at this spot and it's 2-3 o'clock. I'm like, I can't, I'm at work. You feel me? Because, you know, if you begin to start moving differently, right? Them goals, them dreams you got, them aspirations, you're not gonna lock in on it. So you really have to take your craft or whatever you want to be, you have to take that serious. The difference between entrepreneurship or being a content creator and having a job is that when you have a job, you don't have a choice. You have to do what your boss or your authority tells you to do, right? Which is a good thing, right? And a bad thing. The bad part about that is that you have no control or no say so when you have to arrive to work and when you get to leave. The good part about being a content creator is you are in full control. But the bad part is a lot of times when you are in full control, you often choose the lazy route, especially if you don't have self-discipline. You often choose the easy way out of things, right? And good things don't come easy, right? You want to be very, very successful, you have to work hard. I'm trying to tell y'all, I keep stressing it enough. Social media is not real, man. Like, you're not going to become rich easy. You're not going to become wealthy easy. You're not just going to look up. I'm trying to tell you, like, good things take time. Good things take hard work. So it's like you either put in that time and that hard work, or that time or the time and that hard work gonna put you in. You know what I'm saying? So you really gotta make the decision yourself because it truly is up to you. So I'm using my kind of little hour 30 minutes before my day starts to kind of clean up the crib a little bit, because during the day I ain't doing none of this. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't doing none of this, man. But what I will say is I definitely feel better than I was feeling last night. I was feeling very just like unmotivated last night, especially with this whole entire Coachella situation, because yeah, I'm just wasn't really feeling as motivated, but I definitely feel a lot better now that I got some rest. I'm gonna probably leave tomorrow morning. I think like the doors to Coachella open at like freaking, I don't even know. I think it's like 1 or something like that. But yeah, man, we going city to city. City to city. After Coachella, we sliding back to LA for probably like a day or two, and then we gonna come back to Vegas. So yeah, man. God damn. Oh, Jesus.
IG, and then like website optimizations, all in one package. That way we can repurpose whatever we're doing on IG. We can do the same thing on LinkedIn, you know, as far as videos,
Right.
And things like that.
My strategy is with LinkedIn, you essentially just repurpose. So you turn that video content into
Out there, you're gonna eventually lose.
right, exactly.
You know.
All right, guys. So I got a piece of equipment that I've been wanting for so long. A C-stand camera mount. I don't know like what you want to call it specifically, but I've been wanting this so long to get some dope desk shots of me like working overhead. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, but this is pretty much a C-stand tripod. It helps you to get overhead angles and really create some pretty cool looks. I used to have to essentially make my own C-stand tripod. It was really ghetto, but I'm glad that I have my own now. If you guys want to pick up this exact tripod that I have, the link for it is in the description. So look, some of y'all might be looking at me kind of crazy, like what in the world did you just buy? Well, listen, this is about to help take my content, specifically in the B-roll category, to another level. It helps me to get really, really cool shots like this. Taking their pictures today?
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. That's.
I would pull up, but I'm going out of town, bro. Nah, for real, bro. Alright guys, I am sorry I have not vlogged at all today. I have been running very, very behind. I'm currently on the way to the airport. My flight is at 2:20 and it is currently 1:40 right now. So I'm running really behind. I had to kind of rush and pack. I literally booked my flight this morning, but going to LA, we're gonna link up with some of my homies, go to Six Flags, kind of kick it a little bit. I was trying to finish a lot of my work before I left to go out of town, because I know on this trip specifically, I'm probably not gonna be doing too much work. I mean, I'm only gonna be gone maybe a day or two. I'm not really sure when I'm coming back, but we're on the way to the airport. I'm gonna check in with y'all when I get there, because I'm about to drive 100 miles an hour in this Tesla.
But you outshine the sun, the top that I've been looking for. I've seen you inside my dreams. So baby, come a little closer. Know that you are the only one. I wanna see your body move. Don't be afraid. And baby, keep the lights on. And baby, keep the lights on. So can we keep the lights on?
My boy.
Yo, put that camera away, boy.
Just say a prayer for my city.
What's the word, huh? Yeah. Bro's nervous? Nervous? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a minute, and then you look so good in person.
Shoot. All right, yo, hey.
Nah, but yeah, it's just a good team game, you know.
Bro.
Cool little LA Fit bump.
Hey, bro.
Homie came all the way from Vegas to play this runs right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And coming back home tonight as well. What time is it flight tonight?
Wednesday.
12? Oh,
Wednesday.
Oh.
Wednesday.
Finally get paid for the get down. You can't tell me now about time. Do you know how many lines I done put down? Vibes I done sent out, but we ain't here to dig. I'll up the market till they come red carpet the kids. Success still the target, soon I'll be crossing that bridge. But can't bring everybody with me, family only. I got some people think I owe a favor, barely know me. That's why my focus on the road, it's all I know. I see them sticking close to play the wall and watch my growth.
All right, so we are back at home base. Super tired, but we got more work to do. Kind of got a, I'd say, a generally busy day, but I was up late last night. I got a kind of late start to the morning. It's like 9 o'clock. But what I'm about to basically do is get my life together a little bit. I need to write down the things that I need to do for the rest of this week, also today. And then here in about an hour, I'm going to go look at a real estate property, potential investing opportunity. But basically what I need to do, oh my gosh. All right, so we are here, we're back at home base, very tired, but we still got work to do. But basically what I'm about to do is just kind of get my life together a little bit. I need to write down the things that I need to do for the rest of this week, and also today. And then after I kind of take care of a couple things on my computer, I'm gonna go look at an investment property that I'm looking to purchase. I don't know if you guys are like, I don't know if y'all hip to the whole real estate game, but that is really how you build generational wealth. It's a good place to park your money. I'm really kind of a nerd when it comes to this financial literacy stuff. I don't really talk too much about it on YouTube, but if y'all want me to kind of like start putting y'all on game more about finances and stuff, let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna take care of this work. We're gonna look at investment property, hit the gym, cook some food. And just today's kind of like a reset and grounding myself day, considering that I've been out of town for the last few days. So let's get into it. All right, so I did finish up my work. I went and looked at the investment property. Unfortunately, I did not record for this vlog, but I did record on my phone, and I'll be posting a recap of how that went over on my TikTok, so go follow me if you haven't already. But I connected with one of my friends who was also in real estate and was just kind of learning a few different strategies on financing and how to actually scout profitable properties. But that's enough for today. On to tomorrow.
It's on your website, like of the shop, where you have all the.
Yeah, so my dad helped. He was a huge help in helping to set all that stuff up. Helped like on multiple different occasions. You know, obviously, summertime is very hot in Vegas. Workshop. It was a post-school job training. It was to. Oh my God! All right, so just got out of a couple meetings actually. I had one meeting with the Pinterest team. I'm actually don't post on Pinterest at all, but had a meeting with them to kind of learn more about the platform, how it works, because I might potentially be on Pinterest. Biggest thing with me is I want to make sure, like as a creator, that I'm utilizing all of the tools that I have available in my bag to make the biggest impact. All of this is literally about impact for me. So, you know, whether I'm on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, I want to be able to reach people and create impact. So that meeting went pretty well, but for the rest of the day here, it's just gonna be a pretty boring day, me knocking out work on my computer. But, you know, just kind of reflecting and looking at, you know, where I am right now in life. Obviously, you know, a lot of y'all look up to me for inspiration because of the things I've been able to do at a very young age. But this is just a start, man. I've gotten, this week alone, I've just learned so much and have just gotten so much information on a lot of different things. This is definitely like a pivotal week. I learned so much, specifically in real estate, and just investing and just financial literacy. I'm already very hip to the game, but this week I definitely feel like, you know, my eyes have been open to a couple other things, and I'm just super excited for the future, man. I'm in the process of trying to buy my second home, and yeah, it's a grind, it's a journey, but I'm really ready for it. And I know that sometime I'll come back to this video and look at this and be like, dang, I remember when I was, you know, trying to buy my second house. Now I got 10 of them. So, you know, honestly, this YouTube channel is really here to inspire you guys, and then also for me to just document my journey of, you know, going through this life and you know, me documenting my journey to success, I know I will be very successful. I feel that I'm already successful for my age. But you know, it's only getting bigger and bigger, it's getting better and better, and we are inspiring and, you know, having an impact on more people every single day. So I really appreciate all of y'all who are tuned into the channel and continuously support me, because I really do this for y'all, for real. Forget the money, forget any of that. My goal is simply just to inspire you guys. But, you know, before I end this video, I really just want to give a quick piece of advice, and it's really that you have the power. You literally have the power to do whatever you want in this life. I feel like a lot of times people get stuck in like a mental roadblock or like a mental jail, where it's like this mentality of you're just satisfied with the cards that you were dealt, right? Some people have an extra advantage and some people, you know, have disadvantages, but you have to understand that you have the information and all of the resources you need readily available for you to change your life in any way aspect that you choose. If you have connection to the internet and you live in America, you can quite literally create your own reality. And I think a lot of people want to be successful and a lot of people want to get to the next level, but they're honestly just not willing to do the things that it takes to get there, right? You have the ability to create your own reality, but what you have to understand is the bigger your dreams are, the bigger your goals are, even though it is possible, it's not easy, right? People automatically assume that you're going to wake up in the morning and be successful. No, listen, you know, you see where I am today, but what you have to realize is, yeah, sure, I'm young, I'm 21 years old, but I've been on this grind since I was 15, 16 years old. You know what I mean? So I can say I've been doing this for 5 years. Sure, that's not that long, but this stuff does not happen overnight. It's constantly learning, constantly adapting, right? You have probably people in your life right now that have a lot of useful information that you can utilize to get to where you want to be, right? Like even some of my friends and family, like you see the things that I'm doing, right? You see how I'm doing this and doing that, but it's like nobody ever reaches out or asks, hey, how did you do this or how did you do that? And if they do, it's with the wrong motives or the wrong intentions. But what you have to understand is this stuff doesn't happen overnight. You have to have a genuine interest and a passion for the things and your dreams and the goals that you're chasing after. If everything is simply about money or simply about, you know, vanity, I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna give up when times get tough, right? Like right now, this time in my life, right, is relatively tough. I'm dealing with a lot. I have a lot of responsibility and I'm doing a lot of it by myself. I'm not at the point yet where I have a complete full team. I definitely have a team that helps out, you know, in certain areas, but I don't have a full-blown team to where I'm quote unquote, you know, buying my time back. I buy my time back in some areas, but right now I'm really doing a lot of learning and really honing in my skills on certain areas because I know it's gonna pay off big time in the future. So yeah, this channel is simply about documenting, putting y'all on game, bringing y'all on the journey because we're both on our journeys to success. But yeah, the week is pretty much over. I'm about to go home, get me some food, and probably spend another 12 hours on my computer grinding it out. But I appreciate you guys following my journey. We're almost at 5,000 subs. Hopefully this video gets us there. But stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you in the next one.